been in a RV today. Yay, look at that. We'll put some LVP and carpet down. Get a look up around that doghouse and everything. There's the LVP we'll be putting in. And we're also carpeting the doghouse, which is going to be fun for Ruben. But he's done a few in his time. Now it's just all chipboard. What we did, we sanded it really good, got it as smooth as we can with our edger, and then filled the bolt holes with mud naturally. And rather than using this as a pressure sensitive adhesive and letting it dry completely, we're going to get it in there when it's just a little bit white still, so whenever it gets hot in here and whenever it gets cold in here, it don't let loose, because this stuff is supposed to be climatized, but if you put it in the glue while it's wet, it's going to become a permanent bond rather than a releasable bond, as if we would let it set and dry up completely, it would release. So doing it like this, putting it in while it's mostly wet, I think we're going to be okay with it. So the flooring that the guy picked out is like almost a perfect match with his cabinet. Which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, because it like just blends right in so much. So anyway, we've got to start, and I've got my little X's cut here and stuff where the bolt holes will go. I'll take a drill and drill them out whenever we get done. But I got them all marked. What's this one? I need to do one more. And there are some ways to cheat on this. As you can see here, all my seams are really nice and tight. I'll show you here in just a minute, once we start laying some more, how you can achieve that. Even if you got a little hairline crack, you can make it look just that good. I'll show you in just a second what we do with that once we get to laying some more down. So I actually found a little gap. See that little gap right there that I missed? I'll show you how to take care of that real fast. Home Depot has, I think, like 5 or 6 different colors of this stuff. It's in a squeeze tube, and yet it hardens up like putty, so it's real awesome. And you can just smear it in like caulking and wipe away the excess. I'll show you that right now, and that crack will just disappear. So I've always not, only a couple of these have I been able to squeeze out of this. So I will usually just take the top off of it. Just kind of dab my finger and just get a little, whatever I need there. Once, if you just do that right there, it won't take a whole lot. You ain't gonna be real careful with it because you're fixing to run over it with a wet rag. But anyway, you can see all the extra because it's got beveled edges. So if you see how wide that is right now. But just keep working it for a minute. Make sure it gets down in there real good, because you want to feel the crack. And then take a wet rag and just wipe over it and get all the excess off. Look at there. You can't tell at all. So now I wouldn't try to do that on no great big crack or nothing. Just on a little hairline crack. So if you got a big crack, you need to do something about it. Something like that is not going to hurt anything. So Jerry's over here cracking up when I said if you got a big crack, you need to do something about it. I think he thought I was talking to him. It's freaking hot in here, isn't it? Yes. So again, the only reason why I'm doing it a couple of rows at a time is for the sake of getting the LVP in the glue while it's still white, or like half and half. That way it'll hopefully hold up good for the heat or the cold, whichever. Like I said, this is an RV and it's not going to be climatized, so I'm hoping this holds up for the guy. We got the LVP down in here. Still yet got to caulk around the edges and stuff. Fixing to start on the carpet area. So this is our second day here on this little thing, and I ran out of glue and stuff, and I just main thing about all these little slits like this is just to keep a good sharp blade, because this is very I don't know the word for it. Anyway, a little bitty bunch of little bitty cuts right here to make this carpet actually go around. See, this is rounded and up over. It's like this hump right here. All this is one piece, but because this had to fold up and around here and all that, I was left with a hump right there of extra carpet. I actually had to slice it right there. There is a seam right there. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, right there. See that string? That's where the seam is. So I slid it right there and put it back together. I'll have to trim that little string off right there. But you got to do something with the bunch up whenever you're doing rounded stuff, because stuff just does get bunched up because it's flat naturally. So you got to do something. Make all these little slits, and for it to fold over, you just got to cut little V's. I'll show you right here what I'm talking about. See this V I just cut in there? That way, whenever it goes together, it's going to be okay. I got to do that everywhere from where it starts to curve. We'll have to do that. Make that lay down there nice and flat. Okay, so let me do this one again. Okay. So I think that's going to be pretty good. I think I'll go ahead and glue this side and get it all trimmed down, then go over and trim the other side out. While that's drying, I can be trimming some stuff off of this. But this is a contact cement, so it sticks to itself. So what you want to do is get it on the carpet and on this, and then when it touches itself, it will it'll adhere to itself. Is how this stuff works. I'm trying not to get it on any of the fibers if I can help it. We only want it on the backing. Let's see here. And if it touches a place where there's not any of this, say if I touch the contact cement on the carpet just with my bare fingers, it's not going to stick to me because it only sticks to itself. It don't stick to stuff just by itself. You got to paint it on both surfaces, and then once it touches itself, it will be good. It'll stick on contact. You can't be too fancy with it or nothing though. Main thing is you just don't get it on the carpet here. Be real careful with it. Pull the nap back a little bit. Just get right up along underneath that wood as close as I can. Alright. There. Dang, I'm shaky. Okay. Just let that be. I do want to try to get some all around the ledge of this thing. This is this edge right here is, if it does try to come loose, it's going to try to be right around that. So I want to make sure I coat that real good. Just got to go to where as high as the wood is. I don't need to go up above it or nothing like that. So I got all up underneath that wood area right there. Down there as far as I could. Mr. Spills. While that side's drying, I can come over and do some rough cutting down on this. I'm going to try to keep this wrinkle free as much as possible while I do my rough cutting down. You can start getting a little bit more detailed here because you want to There you got a
greasy hands.
Yeah, I need to cut right there. Just hold it right there. There you go.
Yes, that's hard to get off.
Yeah, you got mechanic hands.
Yeah, I put that in a knee pack at the junkyard yesterday.
Oh, that ain't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you know, he's
Okay, so I think that's gonna be good. Not there. A little bit of slack right there. I should have had that up about right there when I cut it, but I'll just have to pull it down and deal with that. I can do that. And now, just like I did a while ago, I am to the point where I'm cutting my V's in the rounded part here.
Huh?
I'm just talking to the camera. Okay, I want to make sure that'll go all around. So I will paint. Nice little edge there. Get me a sharp blade and trim it around that piece of wood there. This stuff don't cut as good when it's got glue on the back of it because it kind of softens the back up. So that's why I did most of my cutting there before I cut all that. I mean, before I got the glue all over it. When I was putting my paintbrush around there, I did notice that this wood was raised up just a little bit around the edge, if you can see right there. So I'm trying to cut this a little bit long, just a little bit, so it'll go right up underneath there. Make it look a little better. Stuff gets like a dish rag once you get that glue on the back of it. Come in with my napping shears. Clean some of this stuff up. Oh!
I bet they heard that. Well, contact glue is awesome, man.
Yeah. Okay, so what I was talking about a while ago, see this thing is covered in glue. Vince, my fingers don't have glue on it. See that? It's just barely got a little tacky to it. But if you take a piece of carpet, See the yellow on that? This is a scrap I had that has got carpet on, that got glue on it. See that? And it sticks to itself, so that's why you put it on this piece and this piece.
I guess that's why I call it contact glue.
Yeah. Okay. Come right over here. I want you to see this. So before I mash anything in there, I want to take my cut edge right here and just get it mashed down right there, and I pulled it up tight that way and pushed down that way, and then I'm going to stick it. I'm going to mash it on there. Contact glue, so I'm going to hold it real good. Now that right there is stuck. See that? Okay. Alrighty. So I'll just finish trimming this out like I did over there. We'll be good to go on this little piece. Alright, you can turn that off now. Pretty good right there. Did you have that all stupid upside down?
No, I just now rolled around my hand and my hands are
Turn it
dry.
off.
Okay, so we just finished up with a little RV here. The caulking looks a little bit light, but it does darken up once it dries, because I compared it to the sample this morning, some dry, before I used it. So this is all the LVP that we did. His seats and couches and stuff like that are in the upholstery shop. To get it reupholstered, so that I don't know how long it'll be before it gets done. But anyway, this is the upholstery that we done. Oh. I think that was the hardest thing, is getting them latches back in the same holes where they was originally, since it was covered with carpet. And